this is how you do the protocol for Shutterbee. I'm in a park right now because I don't have a very good spot in my garden, and I'm going to show you generally how to do the protocol. Before I get going, I'm going to make sure to set a timer, so I'm just going to use the one on my phone. I'm going to set it for 20 minutes based on the size of my yard and start it, and then go to my camera and get going. The goal is to walk slowly through your garden, taking photos of bees as you see them. So I'm going to start right here with a coneflower. Oh, I actually see a bee on it right away. And I would take a bunch of shots, try to get at different angles. Just get as many shots as I can. This is an agapostamon. And then when I'm done, just take a picture of my hand and then slowly keep on walking. So I'm looking for bees, making sure to look at things that might be blooming really low and then also high. You can see I'm taking just really slow steps right now. Walking at a really slow pace so you can see everything. There's some fleabane right here. I'm going to check it out. Oh, there's a bee right there. So let's again get a few shots. You can see this one's really little, so make sure to look out for the little ones. If you're not sure it's a bee, just take some photos and we'll sort it out later. So maybe zooming in a bit, trying to get different angles, make sure the sun's out of your face. Where is it? There it is. And then when I'm done, take a picture of my hand. And then just go back to slowly walking. Okay, there's nothing really in bloom here. My next patch is right there, so I'm just going to pick up my pace a little bit just to walk over there. Don't forget about the clover. So there's actually a European honeybee or Apis mellifera on the clover right now. So I'm going to take a few shots and then take a photo of my hand. It's fine to take photos of Apis mellifera or European honeybees when you see them, but because they're going to be super abundant, feel free to ignore them. If you get one or two during the period, that's great, but don't take pictures of every honeybee that you see. So I'm looking down, checking out this bindweed here and this little bit of phlox. Just looking slowly, walking slowly. Oh, I saw a bee right over there. Let's see, where did it go? Right there. Oh, it zoomed off. So yeah, you're not going to get pictures of every bee you see. I'm going to check out this fleabane right here. So there's a fly on it, but if I didn't know it was a fly, I might take a few shots of it just in case. Making sure to get a side angle and a top angle. And then take a picture of my hand. I'm slowly going to keep on walking, scanning for bees. So once again, I'm just doing one foot in front of the other, super slowly. So there's a lot of flowers right here, just in this little patch, and there's a lot of diversity. So I'm just gonna camp out for a second, see if there's anything. And oh, I found a bumblebee right there on the clover. So take a few shots, try to get a few different angles. A lot of these bigger ones you can kind of follow as they go from flower to flower. So get a few shots. There's another bee on the clover. So where'd it go? I'm going to try to move my body to get out of the light. So there it is. Once again, I would take as many photos as I can of it at different angles, maybe zooming in, trying to focus it, just doing whatever you can to get the photos, and then get a top-down view. Once it's done, take a picture of my hand. And I'm going to keep moving, walking slowly. Oh, there's a bumblebee there. So I'm going to walk in. There's the bumblebee. So take a bunch of shots. Maybe try to get around it. You can see it really doesn't care about me. I'm getting pretty close to it. See, that's what I mean. It's about to go in the flower. So just give it a sec. I'm just gonna say I'm just taking photos and more photos. Okay, and it flies off, so I'm done. Step back out, take a picture of my hand. So I'm gonna keep on moving, looking high and looking low. Just moving slowly through. We highly recommend if you have some patches in your flower bed, it's not super dense, to just walk in and really get into it. So I'm walking into the bed now to get kind of other views of the flowers. I'm going to look at this beard's tongue right now and look at it for 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm not seeing much, so I'm going to continue to walk on slowly like I did before. Okay, now I'm going to get to this beard's tongue, and there's actually something here. So there's a bumblebee right there. So I'm going to check it out. You can see it's going in the flower, so I might have to wait a second and try to get lucky and catch it before it goes back into another one. And then maybe try to get multiple angles. Okay, and then when I'm done, take a photo of my hand. Keep on walking slowly until the time is up, taking photos of all the bees you see. Even if the bees mostly seem to be on one flower, make sure to check out all the other ones in your yard. Now that I'm done with my photo survey, I wanted to show you some of the shots I had. We have a whole nother set of videos on how to upload the photos to iNaturalist, but let's look at some of these photos. So you can see this first one, it's coming from the back, it's not a very good angle, and it's a little bit blurry. And this one looks pretty much the same. But I was able to take a third photo, and you can see it's a really clear view of the bee. However, I'm going to upload all 3 of the photos to iNaturalist. You never know which photo is going to be useful to someone when it comes to IDing a species. So to recap, walk slowly, take many photographs, take a photo of your hand in between bees, and finally, make sure to complete your loop and go to all the flowers in your yard.